In this video, I'll be discussing of the Fiedler's least preferred co-worker theory or the Fiedler's LPC leadership theory. So this is basically a leadership theory that tries to explain why some leaders were very successful in a particular situation. But later, in another situation, they were very unsuccessful. They did not do well. And many times in history, this has happened. So, according to Fiedler, every person, every leader can be said to have one of these two leadership styles, either relationship oriented leadership or task oriented leader. So, every leader has sort of a natural leadership style, which they always like this. According to Fiedler, leadership style cannot change. So, a relationship oriented leader is always relationship oriented, and a task oriented leader is always task oriented. So, how do you know what is your leadership style? So, Fiedler made a questionnaire called the Fiedler's LPC questionnaire that basically asks you to rate various qualities about what you believe about a person you least prefer to work with. That is the Fiedler's least preferred co-worker. So not about yourself, about a person you least like to work with. So again, it's not a person you hate. It's just a person, if someone tells you to work with, you will least prefer to work with that person. So according to this, the various qualities are listed. There's a scale of 1 to 8. If you rank or if you rate the positive qualities high, that means the least person you prefer to work with, you rate them positively. That is, your LPC score is high. It is believed you are relationship oriented according to Fiedler's theory. Usually, this may be 73 as a cutoff, that means a score out maybe 73. And if you rate them low, that is, you rate a task oriented, you are believed to be a task oriented leader, as you are seeing less positive about a person you least prefer to work with. So accordingly, once you fill this questionnaire, there's a bit in between a gray area too, like it will be 73, 74, and task oriented is about 53. So in between, what if your LPC score is between 53, 73, or 74? In that, it's sort of a gray area. You can choose maybe which one you feel you are or which one you're nearer to. So according to Fiedler, there's a small gray area here, which you're not able to choose by the questionnaire. But once you know which is your leadership style, now you can assess in which situation your leadership style will be more suitable. So according to Fiedler, it depends which leadership style is suitable depends on the situation. There are three situational factors: leader-member relations, task structure, and the position power in this order. Leader-member relations are most important, task structure is relatively less important, and leader position power is relatively less important than these three. So if these all are favorable or unfavorable, decides which leadership style is more suitable. There are various combinations, as you can see, possible. In certain factors may be good, some other factor may be less good. So in this case, in the extreme situations, when the situations are very favorable or very unfavorable, task-oriented leadership style is said to be better according to Fiedler. And in the in-between situation, moderate and relatively little bit lesser, performance is better for a relationship-oriented leader. So if a relationship-oriented leader, so let's say you fill the questionnaire, you find yourself you are relationship-oriented, you should choose to work in a situation which has a moderate situation, not very favorable nor very unfavorable, or your performance will be low. Similarly, a task-oriented leader should work in unfavorable or very favorable situations and avoid the moderate stage because their performance will be less in this stage. So, what if the situation doesn't suit your leadership style? There are two options. One is you try to change your situation because your leadership style, according to Fiedler, cannot change. So, only two options are there. One is you change the situation to meet your leadership style. For example, if you're relationship oriented, try to make it moderate. Or the second option is leave the leadership and delegate. So if you're not able to change the situation, instead delegate your leadership role to a person who is more suitable. who has a more suitable style for the situation, because leadership style cannot change. So only the leader has to change to match the situation.